People of the internet, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another Out of the Park Baseball 17 GM Mode Sim commentary for the Premier League Baseball and my Brooklyn Atlantics. I am F5 Penguin. You can find me all over the web at F5 Penguin. And in the last video, we just basically let it ride. And I asked you all for a lot of help. And boy, did I get a lot of your help. I really did. And we're going to do some stuff. We're gonna follow through with everything you said pretty much across the board. So I'm kind of excited. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this video. Thank you for looking at the website, which is in the link. The link is in the description below. Check it out. And thank you for giving me so much feedback. Also, while this downloads, thank you for giving me feedback about my sound. Tell me if this is better. If it is, let me know. I'm trying to find the magic in between. I know I need to get another compressor to add to the unit. I don't have a compressor here in the studio anymore. I have to go and get one. It's on my list of things, but for right now, I'm trying to make do with what I got, make best with what I got. So let me know what you think. If you like it, if you hate it, I've tweaked it since before. I had a couple people comment on Twitter and on YouTube, so thank you for that. And hopefully, this is a happy medium. If it's peaking, let me know. I just kind of, I'm trying some stuff, and I figure we could do it during these commentaries because as we do more videos, I want this to be a little bit more, I guess you'd say, smooth. I want everything to be the same once we get to that point. So that's going to happen. We're going to do a couple of things. First things first here, once we figure out where we're at. We did make a trade. We traded Hernandez and a 4th-round pick because I'm picked out a little bit right now. For a first baseman that should help out Kirshner because Kirshner sucks against lefties. So I made that swap. He's currently in AAA, but we'll probably move that guy up. We're also going to swap out a. We are 26 and 41. Okay. So today's the league deadline. Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay. What else was I saying? Right. We're also going to swap out a pitcher. We are going to move. I have my notes here. I'm reading through them right now. Here we go. So we are going to, let's see. Oh, I have another comment too. I'm reading through the comments. I apologize. Just trying to figure out which one I had that told me about. Oh, Brunk and Murphy. Right. So we don't have to read. We don't have to read this stuff. We know we're terrible. That's fine. We're doing a lot in this video, so sit tight while we do this. So this is the move we made. We moved out Hernandez, which wasn't working for us. We brought in Parrish, who should be a little bit better and should get good real soon. The numbers look good, even on OSA, looks really good. So this will be our guy. We'll call him up to the major leagues here with the roster expansion right down the corner. So we're going to do that. We're making a bunch of changes here. So sit tight 1 second here while we fly through all this and we do the things we're going to do. First thing, we're going to take out Murphy. He's given up way massive letters, way too many walks. So we're going to put him back in middle relief. And we're going to bring up Brunk, and he will be our starter. That's what we're going to do. Put him on a 90 pitch limit, open up Estrada, and we'll leave Walker as is. So that's step 1 to our plan here, okay? Now, we do have the ability to bring up lots of players. We can bring up 5 more. I figured we should probably just do that and call it a day. Bill Hop gets injured. Jeez. All of our studs, like our prospects, are getting killed. 5 to 6 months. Brutal. Okay. Now we're going to bring up some players. So we're going to bring up Parrish. We knew that going into it. Who else is doing really well for us right now? Barnhart's doing pretty good. Looks like it. 4 Ks per 9. Who's got the most? 7.3. But that. Oh, also what we're going to do is Elias. People said to re-sign Zelaya. I'm kind of all over the place, but sit tight. We're going to figure this out. We're going to offer an extension because look at this. He only wants $110,000 every year. We're currently paying $550. So even if he doesn't improve, I'm better off getting him now than I will later. So we're going to team option him on the last year. Actually, we'll probably just extend him out to 7 years. Team option him all the way through. And we're in a better position to do well here. So I'm gonna ask for a response. That's a fair offer. Please give me a few days. Cool. Submit. We're going to get him for a lot cheaper after the season. So instead of cutting him and getting nothing out of him, Comment said to resign him. Twitter said to resign him. So I'm going to resign him. 7 years, 730,000, 100K a year. We're not going to lose. We can move him if we have to, and we're going to get something out of him. Right now, nobody wants him for anything good in return. So I had to kind of deal with what I got. It is what it is. So next step here, what we're going to do next is we're going over to the personnel and we are cleaning house. We're going to owe some money. I don't care. We're firing our manager. He's done. He is done. He's out of here. See you, bye. Bench coach, also not the best option. He's good. I'm going to leave him for right now. Pitching coach, he's out of here. Goodbye. See you, pitching coach. Fire person. Bye-bye. Now, we're going to bring up these guys that had average relationships that we re-signed. We talked about this in the last video. We re-signed a couple of our AAA and our AA guys. We're going to move them up right now. Appoint as manager in Brooklyn. We are moving up our guy, Phil Probst. We're bringing him up, and hopefully he is the answer to our questions with his reputation and his normal personality. Now I got to go look at Phil. Okay, so the only question mark here is Phil is limited, and I was hoping this wouldn't happen. He's not green on some of our decision making. So what this means in the game is the fact that we can't change certain things. He won't let us control the things that are red. Things that are green, we have full control, and the things that are yellow, we have some control. And for lineups, I don't know what that is. So we're going to try to give him the players and let him create something good out of it. If we look at the sample lineup, this is what he's got going on for our lineup. Kirshner, McCarty, Philpott. These are all players we expect here, so no big deal. Moreno is going to get used more often, which I'm surprised by. He's been crapping it up, but they disagree. Murphy's up there. I'm going to try to move him out for Brunk again. We'll see if that is allowed. I just don't know. So what it comes down to is I don't know if this is going to be effective or not, but we'll have to see. I have to do something to change it up, right? So we're going to do that right now. And we are going to move up our hitting coach, our pitching coach up as well. Appoint as pitching coach in Brooklyn. Boom. And then we are going to also move up our hitting coach in Brooklyn. Boom. And we move down Tyler Tate. No big deal. We got him to the end of the season. We can deal with that if we need to. We're also going to change up Brad. We're going to basically move everybody up one level. So we need to do that right now. Appoint him to AAA Dallas and appoint our hitting coach up to AAA Dallas. Where are we at here? Pitching coach. I know what I'm doing. Yep, we're good. AAA Dallas. Perfect. And then also our hitting coach, Tate, is just going to fall down. Well, maybe not. He's done well for us, so we'll leave him as is right there. He's a neutral type. He's not focused on anything in particular. Our pitching coach is now on finesse, and our hitting coach is now on contact. We need contact at this point. We have no power, so we have the right manager in place. Hopefully this turns into something useful. So that means we pretty much just have to look for a manager and a pitching coach in AA. I'm not going to bring up the guys that are fair and poor. That makes no sense. So we have cleaned house, and we are trying something new. Hopefully it stays. Now, somebody also gave me some information about how to line up our strategy, essentially. We really can't do that now. We're kind of limited. So I'm just going to control what I can and hope for the best, I suppose. He doesn't care about left-right matchup. That's going to be a huge problem. I do have something up here, though, for the strategy for pinch hitting. Let me pull that up right now. They say for pinch hit for, let's look right now what we got here. Pinch hit for pitchers to put on middle. They say pinch hit for position players to put on middle. And use pinch runners just a tick under middle. So this is from the OOTP subreddit. I'm going to try to take it with a grain of salt and use it. Hope for the best. I can't control this now, so I'm kind of limited to what I can do. It is what it is. I had options for everything else. I can't change them now. So we have what we have, And it is what it is. Uh, I should have locked the strategy setting of every team so they do not change when a new manager is hired. I should have done that ahead of time. Hmm. Oh well, we're here now. It is what it is. So that being said, we now have a, how do you say it, a new outlook on life, right? We have a new outlook on life. We are also going to go after some players and try to bring them onto the team and see if they'll help us in the long run. First and foremost, Tim Davies. We're going to make some offers. He's got no team. Let's see if we can bring him on a contract. $15,000 for 1 year. Let's do 2 years with an option. Perfect. So I can say if he did well, I can bring him back on because I'll lose him at the end of the season if I do this way. So let's do minus 10K and plus 10K, and I'll pay him 25K, and it'll be fine. Perfect. Submit the offer. Oh, 1 year has a salary below the minimum. My bad. So that has to be 10, and I'll make that 17. Okay, cool. Submit the offer. So he's thinking about that. Next guy on the list that you had recommended to me, all of you on the Twitters and the YouTubes, Mike Anello, to help us out as we build for the future. Clearly, those ratings are not bueno. Borderline starter, pitching stats. Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. He hasn't had a team, so let's offer him a contract. Definitely interested in opening up contract discussions. He wants a minor league contract. Great. Submit the offer. Who else? Let's see. Who else? You guys also said to go after Dylan Hagen, a first baseman. We'll try him. I'm basically listening to what you say, and we're just going to do it because at this point, I'm willing to try anything, and I've been appreciative of all the help so far. So let's bring him in. He wants $8,500 for a minor league contract. Great. I can do that. And then last but not least, Keith Jordan, center fielder. We got him, and he is not the most amazing player, but he played in 57, 306 average in single A. OSA rates him a bit higher. We need contacts, so let's go for it. Let's give him a contract, 8,500. Perfect. So we made the offers to the players that you all have recommended to me, and we are going to go with that. Outfield for next year. Okay, so I have a comment on that I just got on a video a couple hours ago I didn't see yet. For next season, we'll look at that at the end of this season. I'll save it in my notepad. So we have Zelaya resigned. We've cleaned house. We made offers on the players. We've moved Brunk and Murphy. What else do we have to do? Let's take a look. Underperformers. Let's see. We did that already. We took care of that. We took care of Zelaya. We took care of Moreno, which we'll have to go back and change again. And Dr. Thrasher recommended we go with Brunk instead of Murphy. I think. Yeah, Murphy in the bullpen. Okay, yeah. So here's where we're at. We've got to figure out how to stop the bleeding again. I don't really know how to do that, so we are trying just to clean house and try again. So Skipper's out, fine, doesn't matter. Let's go over to pitching. Let's bring up some players. So we can do that now. We can bring up some players, and hopefully we're allowed to keep the changes we've made. I don't know if we will, so we'll have to see as we move forward. First thing I want to do is look at who we want to bring up. We can bring up 5 players. So we brought up one already. We know that going into it. I don't know if I'll be able to move him into lefties against lefties as a hitter, but we'll see. And I want to bring up, let's see, this guy's putting up 6.5. Troy Thompson's putting up 5. Barnhart's putting up 4. Best ERA is Hugo Bellman, even though he says he's not ready. Let's bring up Bellman. Let's see how he does. And let's bring up, who else is doing really well? Porter's done good for us. Punkachar, Perdomo's out, so I'm thinking. If I bring him up though, I gotta replace him with players here. This is the challenge. This is what it comes down to: is if I bring up these players, My AAA team, how are they looking right now? Let's go look at my AAA team. They're ninth. Let's go look at the standings. Standings. Ninth. I don't think they're in. Dallas, yeah, they're 9 games back. Yeah, so playoff 50%. Yeah, so let's get these guys some playing time. Like, so the book says, the book of OOTP says if I bring up players into the major league roster, even if they're not playing, they get experience. I would go for that over this any day of the week, right? That makes sense to everybody here. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll bring up. I want to bring up the right players. Let's bring up. I want to bring up Thompson, just because I feel like he could be good. How's he been doing? Right on average. I don't like that. What about Nolan? Better than average, just slightly. This is tough. Or do I bring up the old guy who's putting up 4 ERA? No, I don't do that. Let's bring up Thompson, see how he does. Put him in a limited role. We'll call it a day. Then I got 2 more players we can bring up here. I want to give Brady a shot, but I got Ciula and McCarty. And Ohala's still, he's still young. I got time. Yeah, let's bring up Punkachar again. He's getting hot again, so let's bring him back up, give him another shot up there. He'll be gone at the end of the season anyway, so it doesn't much matter. And we'll give Porter a chance. See how he does. Because one of the comments say for next season, for the outfield at least, if we get Keith Jordan, he'll be great in center field on defense. Capra would go to right field. Long would play left field against righties, and Cantu in left field against lefties. That makes sense. I would decline Cantu's team option and try to bring him back for 1 year at cheaper salary. I would agree. And then Porter could be ready if we can't bring back Cantu. We probably won't bring back Cantu. He has not done nearly enough for the money we're paying him. So I'll probably decline it and see if I can re-sign him later. He's 40, so meh. And then we'll move some of the young guys up and give them some chances to shine. So are you happy with this? Because I'm pretty happy, but I'm on the fence about a lot of this. I just have mixed emotions about all of this, essentially. All right, let's do it. So this is what we're going to do. This is where we're at. We are not even going to get into the playoffs. We are completely, out of the water on that. We're not even in the conversation. Look, we're 10.5 games behind. It's just not going to happen. So let's build for the future. Let's bring up some players and see what they do for us, right? That's going to be the best thing to do. Let's ask our manager for the staff. We know Murphy's going to get the call up. We'll replace him with Brunk. And then we'll move Olsen up. And then we'll tell them to give Murphy middle relief. And then also Garza can be middle relief. And we'll leave the rest as is. Except Moreno, because I can't do that. I can't have him getting more time when he's getting lit up like crazy. Just not okay with that. So I also see Fanos did not play at all this season. Got 4 innings pitched. And if I look at his contract, I'm paying him $500,000. So I'm going to decline his option in the offseason as well because I'm just tired of it. And then we have to look for a leader. There's no option about it. It has to happen. Who do we have? Who can we go for? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter at F5Penguin all over the web. And this is our team for the rest of the 58th season. And we will recap. We'll probably check back one more time before the end of the season just to see if we got those players and how our team is doing, and we'll kind of just assess the damage and we'll figure out how September goes. We're brand new in September, right? We've only played 2 games. So with this new roster, we will give it a shot and we will see how we finish out. Realistically, we could win, 6 of these games, maybe 8 or 9. Probably going to lose against Laredo, might lose against Tallahassee. So we'll have to see how that goes. But the good news is we are cleaning house. We're starting over. We have brand new management, brand new strategy. Let's hope this is for the best. My name again is F5Penguin. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe this video. And of course, I will catch you all back the next time for another Out of the Park Baseball 17 GM Mode Sim for the Premier League Baseball and my losing Brooklyn Atlantics. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully with a better result. Like many good results. Winning and stuff.